A cop who shot a man in a wheelchair 9 times in the back while serving as a security guard for Walmart, has finally been charged. I'm gonna remind you the video is graphic. Here it is.
Bravo 1-8.
Bravo 1-8.
You sent me an 84. I have a male suspect that just shoplifted. Knife in front of me, pulled a knife on me. He's currently westbound in the parking lot. Bravo 1-5 to 1U5. He's confronted by loss prevention. He pulled the knife on loss prevention while I was right there. Got his knife in his other hand. Okay. You're not going to the store, sir.
Stop now. You need to stop.
Bravo 1-8, shots fired.
I'm gonna get my back.
Bravo 15, we have one gunshot victim. Officers are code 4.
Bravo 1-5, is it code 4 for meds to move in at this point?
Bravo 15, I'll need units here. Code 3, we got a lot of people here.
10-4, stand by just 1. Is it okay for meds to move in? Is the scene secure?
Yeah, scene's code 4, meds can move in.
So damn sad. This man should be alive today. His name is Richard Lee Richards. He's dead. Let's put up the picture of the coward cop who killed him. Okay. That is ex-officer now, Ryan Remington, who was served with a summons because he has now been indicted for manslaughter, should have been indicted for murder. Now, let me highlight some interesting dynamics here that should make your blood boil. Number one, he was not an officer or in capacity of an officer at the time. He was serving as a security guard for Walmart. Walmart has a zero tolerance shoplifting policy. Walmart will prosecute their own mama. The individual was accused of shoplifting maybe a tool set of sorts. There were other cops who were actually on duty who responded to the 911 call. When these other cops responded, not one of them felt as if it was necessary to shoot and kill Mr. Richards. Only the one serving as a security guard for Walmart thought it was necessary to use deadly force against a man in a wheelchair. Now, where's Walmart's statement here? What is Walmart corporate saying about this? I understand we're gonna deal with the police department, we're gonna deal with the cop, we're gonna deal with the fallout. But I wanna deal with Walmart too, because you cannot disconnect the reality of the cause and effect relationship between Walmart having this ridiculous zero tolerance, chase everyone policy and what happened to this man inside of the wheelchair, shot in the back 9 times. Why did the cops not immediately arrest that security guard who did so? Because I guarantee you, if that security guard was not police certified, the security guard would have been arrested that night. There's more. Let's put up the victim, 61-year-old victim, Richard Lee Richards. He was killed on November 29th by that cop. If the cop is convicted, he could face between 3 to 12.5 years in prison. That's not enough time for what he did. What he did was straight out murder. John Bradley, a lawyer for the Richards family, will be filing a separate civil lawsuit. That's going to come in the next few weeks. Details of the shooting, here's your background. The fatal November 29th shooting unfolded while Remington, an off-duty cop, was working as a security guard at Walmart. He had been informed by a loss prevention employee that a man in a motorized wheelchair was suspected of stealing a toolbox. And the pair followed Richards out to the parking lot. Remington posed a question to Mr. Richards. Can you show a receipt for the toolbox? The police said. Instead, Richards brandished a knife and said, here's your receipt. He then moved toward a nearby Lowe's, ignoring the warnings not to enter the store. If you want me to put down the knife, you're going to have to shoot me, he reportedly told Remington. As Richards began to enter the shop, Remington warned, "Do not go into the store, sir," according to the body camera footage from a second officer who arrived on the scene. Remington, the cop, then opened fire on the suspect, who was hit 9 times, the footage showed. Security camera video showed Richards slumped over and falling out of his wheelchair into the ground. And then what do you think the officer did? He decided to handcuff the dead Mr. Richards. Okay, all right. There's some people who are going to push back and say, well, Doc, he did tell Mr. Richards to put down the knife. You gotta understand this. One, just because a person may need to see a judge does not mean they need to see their maker. Police officers cannot become judge, jury, and executioner for shoplifting, of all things. And what shoplifting crime should warrant a death? Now remember, this was a misdemeanor offense. He's in a wheelchair. None of the other cops thought he was a threat. None of the other cops decided to fire their weapon, except for one guy, the security guard. And what happened after he did so? Every other cop backed the play. They backed him. These cops who backed it should also be off the force as well. How in the hell do you get to this place in your career as a police officer where you clearly see a murder in front of you, a man in a wheelchair shot in the back? I don't give a damn if he has a knife. I don't give a damn what he has said with his words. He did not deserve to die outside of a Lowe's. All right, Mr. Wiggins, thoughts here?
I'm struggling with my ability to figure out ways in which this could have. Look, I don't know why they didn't restrain this man. I don't know why he wasn't tased. I don't know why he wasn't maced. But this is just further proof that a police department, a precinct is so pervasive that even in the face of a true crime, the other officers couldn't do anything to stop him. This is ugly. Yep. This is bad. That man should be alive. He died possibly due to a tool set that was what, $90?
If that. If that much. And here's the thing. If a man is stealing a tool set, look at this from the humanity lens. If a man is stealing a tool set, he's stealing a tool set because he doesn't have the money to afford it. He's stealing a tool set because he wants to work. He wants to fix something. He wants to earn money. And maybe he was having a bad day. Maybe that was a bad night for him. And maybe he was at the end of the rope. And he said, I gotta go to Walmart. I don't have the tools. I gotta steal it. This should not be how we respond to people in our society. It lacks humanity, it lacks decency. And this cop has only been charged with manslaughter. He should have been charged with cold-blooded murder.